Hello, my sunflowers. How are you on this Monday morning? I hope that you had a lovely, lovely weekend. I really do. I hope you got much fun and rest or recreation.
Sorry.
I really hope so. So, nevertheless, let's just get into Atlanta.
Yes.
First of all, before I get started, I have to say this.
Okay.
Portia. That's all I gotta say. Now, however, you all know that I have this love and sometimes dislike for Portia. Right now, I'm feeling Portia. I feel her, and I'm gonna tell you why when we get to it. Like, take us in, baby Crone.
Okay. Well, it started off at the very beginning with Shamia FaceTiming her husband to check on Shiloh because Shiloh was in the hospital at the time.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, we know baby Shiloh's doing better at the moment.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Prayers going up for baby Shiloh.
Yes.
Even though that's old, but we know that baby have complications. And so it's never too late or too early to pray for a baby, because she still have years. We're claiming years ahead for that baby. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are.
All right. Okay.
One thing that we did learn is that Shamia really does want to give her husband a baby son because that is what he wants. So she's like, if I could just have one more child and it's a boy.
I just feel, for me, this is my own personal opinion, I don't like it. I don't care how rich you are or whatever. I just think that no man should put pressure on a woman to have a baby, especially she has two little girls and one of them have a broken wing.
That is true.
That is a lot of pressure. I don't care how much money you have. I just feel as though that's a lot. I don't know. And Tamia have been through something with her body.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this, like she said, that has made her where she's kind of leery and going to a surrogate. After that, you go to a surrogate because you think a surrogate is going to give you a perfect baby. That's why you go to a surrogate. But then and you know how many times have something happened? It's not the surrogate's fault.
Mm-hmm.
But how many times does that happen? We don't hear about it.
That's true.
That's one of the things on The Handmaid's Tale.
Mm-hmm.
They dealt with stuff like that. You'd be surprised to how many babies that don't make it, even through surrogacy. Go ahead, baby Crone. It's just sad to me. And she's dealing with that. She's grieving over her daughter. She's still dealing with the fact that, I didn't look what happened. I mean, I could. It makes me feel sad, teary-eyed to know the weight of that. That's the weight of water. I feel for her on that. I really do. And Shamia had my prayers, and I wish her nothing but the best. But if that's what she needs to do to please her husband, 9 months, okay.
Okay.
Do what you got to do and live in color. Go ahead, baby.
So this is the ladies are still in Nashville celebrating Portia's birthday, and Angela and Cynthia are sitting down having a chit chat with each other to basically talk about Drew and when is Drew showing up. Because Cynthia says that Angela keeps saying that Drew is on her way, and Cynthia's like, it's only a 35 and at least an hour flight to here, and that was 3 hours ago. So is she really coming? And that was just one thing that you just wanted to know. But Angela definitely did say that she is loyal down for Drew.
Yeah, I know for me, because I guess when I look at, everybody had their own opinion. So don't judge me. Don't disconnect. Don't run away. Just allow me to have my opinion. Mm-hmm. My opinion about Drew is, for me, I can't speak for you out there. She's a social climber for me.
Yes.
You may not see that in her character, but me. And I like her husband. I don't like their marriage. No. And no, I don't like them because they did not get along. And they had issues from the both of them in their marriage. And for me, it's like, I see the good and the bad in both of them. I really do. And I don't feel mad. What's her husband's name?
Ralph.
I can see why the cameras are letting the men be more speaking on set. We once upon a time we wanted that. And now that they doing it, people not feeling it. Come on, make up your mind. Yes, no, I like it. And I like the fact that I get to hear his point of view, and that, and like a lot of people said that's Drew's house. I don't know whose house it is. I don't know. That is not clear to me. People say he ain't paying the rent. I don't know, but I don't think it's wrong that he's in the house with his kids.
No, nothing.
But my goodness, I wish my daddy was in the house with me. Things would have been different. It's like, sometimes we just so quick to break up a family.
Yes.
And not think about the kids. They can live together and raise those kids. He could be downstairs. She doesn't need it. She got all upstairs. How often she probably go down there? Lord knows, do I understand it?
Yeah, that's true.
I got a whole room downstairs. Who go down there?
No one.
One day we went down there, it was a snake.
Facts.
We didn't, it's just there because we got so much up here. I don't even use my living room.
That's true.
My dining room.
That's true.
I don't even use my den.
That's true.
I got bedrooms untouched. Is it true?
Yeah, it's true.
So when I'm looking at it from that point of view. What is it for him to live there for the kids' sake?
Yes.
And if it was me, I would stay in that house as long as we have it and raise our kids together. You live your life, I live my life. If I decide to get married or whatever, or you did, then that would be it. But I would work it out for my kids.
Yes, for the kids' sake.
For the kids' sake. They ought not suffer. And I think we live in a day and time where everything is so microwavable. Just throw it away. Put it in the microwave. Hurry up. Get it done. And I just know and I know I'm not the only one, but this is how it affects me. And that's why I'm speaking out, because I know what it's like to be in a house with a woman that's controlling everything. And when you do have an issue, you don't have nowhere to go. I'm glad he's in the house. And I hope that somehow and in some magical way that they can work out their kinks. They can. And that's what I hope. That's all I got about that. Because for me, it's all about the kids. It's just about the kids for me. And the kids sometimes got to be first. They didn't ask directly to be here. So what is the sacrifice for your children? Unless it's just unbearable. And I just don't see their situation unbearable at all. I think that they both can work, give a little, take a little. I think they can do it. Even if it's just for a couple of years until the kids are a little older, maybe 10 and 11. I know it may not go that long, or 13. I think it could work. For the kids, just for the kids, and they can work it out. That's all I'm saying. I love kids, so it's for the kids.
Yes, for the kids, always.
Or the children.
Yes, the children. Yes. So one thing is that Drew finally did show up. What took Drew so long? I'm not sure. She took a stop at Dennis's hookah bar before she came, but that was the night before, so I'm not sure what took Drew forever to get there. But when she finally did arrive, she went to go see Angela first. I mean, she said hello to the ladies as she was walking around, but she went to Angela first, and Angela told her up straight and forward, have you talked to Portia? You should go talk to Portia and take the heat off of me. And then Drew was just like, why am I going to talk to her first? But
no, go ahead.
Oh, but then she did want to come up with an olive branch because she wanted to come in peace at least.
The thing is about Drew, first of all, for me, I'm not going nowhere when you don't like me.
That's true.
I don't care. I'm not getting on a plane, a train, an automobile, a boat, or a moat to go to some place where I wasn't invited by the person. I don't care if it's a TV show, your mama show, your daddy show, your best friend. If I wasn't invited, I'm not going. That to me is tacky. It seemed a little desperate. And then for me, if I was going to go, I would have called Portia myself. I would have put my big girl panties on and said, Portia, if she would have answered my phone. But I would have sent her a text.
Mm-hmm.
If she wouldn't, I would have made a way. However, this is how I feel. And I know many of you may not feel this way, but this is how I feel. And I feel what I feel,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I feel as though, Drew, you knew that this would be an issue. You knew that this would be an issue. You do this show with her ex-husband. I mean, her ex, that's what it feels like. Her ex-lover,
Mm-hmm.
her baby's father. You knew, and Dennis knew that it would be a problem.
Yes.
But you chose, as like I said, a social climber.
Mm-hmm.
You chose anyway to do it. You chose. You chose to do it anyway. And that's what pissed her off, because she found out. She didn't know. I forgot they filming and she don't know everything.
Yeah.
That's what I forgot. But when I found out about it, I felt a way. I would feel a way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, clearly, they not over each other.
That's true.
Clearly, something going on with them.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was just about music, I wouldn't go to his hookah bar. And I know some of you out there would say, I'm being over the top. And maybe I am. But for me, I will avoid trouble.
Yeah.
That's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need the drama. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. I can avoid it. If I can make peace, I make peace, then war. You know, especially if it's going to affect my paycheck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't need him on the show. If she said don't do it, don't do it. Whether I give him a BJ or not, that would be undercover. She'll never know it, because I would never give her no sign. But I don't know if she did. If she didn't, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the way she got him on the show, the way he on the show, the way it was a secret, and he must have told. So he still got feelings for Portia.
Mm-hmm.
So they got this wackety doodle relationship. She's at the hookah bar. Why? For me.
Right.
That's me. That's me. And you may not agree with, that's cool, but can't we just agree to disagree?
Mm-hmm.
Can we not be mad? Because when I hear other people's opinions, I get it. I try to look at things from different points of view.
Mm-hmm.
But I get that only because I'd rather make peace with you and not war. We work together,
Yes.
you know, and we're working together for several months and hours together. I don't need the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy for me to let that go. I can take a high road. When they go low, I go high. That's how I see that.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't have done that. But that's just my moral compass.
Yes.
I'm not saying anybody out there is less moral. That's just me. It ain't worth it to me. And look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
And now she gets up and leave.
Yes.
No, she don't want your alcohol. You should have went and did all that privately. When the woman said go and talk to her,
Yes.
I would have went up there to her room
Mm-hmm.
and said, please talk to me. But it wouldn't have mattered, because after she had that conversation, she was already accepting, and we saw that.
Yes,
she
she
was
was.
ready to move on.
Mm-hmm.
She was ready to say, okay, we're going to have a good time. She here. But when she found out that was behind her back,
Yes. Just 8 days ago, before her birthday.
no, she found out it was about behind her back at her birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead. What was you saying?
And Bravo showed that Portia and Dennis was just on camera 8 days before.
But
Portia's
she
birthday.
just finding out at the time
Mm-hmm.
where we watching the show when they filmed it.
Yep.
That's what that just changed the whole mood for her.
Yeah, she changed up
So
the atmosphere.
Actually, when she walked downstairs for the first time with her black,
Mm-hmm.
the whole atmosphere changed. As a matter of fact, my room got chilly. I was like, ooh, I felt that.
Mm-hmm.
I felt her wrath. I felt it. And I felt like, and it was so thick that the girls was just like, what's wrong, Portia? They you know,
Yeah.
it was, you know, I get that. Only it's a small thing to ask, in my opinion.
It was a
and you
small
may
thing.
not think that way, and I get it. But for me, it's just a small thing to ask. I wouldn't have did it, because I don't need the drama. I want to love. I want to love and not fight. I don't need all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. I'm
Exactly
good.
where Portia was coming from, because she was like, I'm not going to attack Drew. I'm not going to fight her.
Right. But when she found that they had been sneaking, the lies.
The lies.
So no.
And she still took the high road. She just gave her the silent treatment and just let her energy do the speaking.
Absolutely. Yes. And Drew was like, I don't need this. No, you don't. Why did you come?
Exactly.
Why did you do to see for every every cause there's an effect, good or bad. And obviously, this was what you did was a bad cause because of the effect of it. Mm-hmm. Everything comes with a cause and effect. And this is the effect of that move. Was it worth it? No. In my opinion. That's not. Just an opinion out there. Go ahead, baby Crone.
Yes. But so pretty much it was a celebration of Portia's birthday. Mm-hmm. And the ladies had went on 2 separate outings. Mm-hmm. And for the first outing, it was with Cynthia, Drew, and Britt. Yes. So here, this is where Drew was talking about how she would like to give Portia an olive branch, but this is where it really got interesting.
Wait, hold up. One was whiskey, mm-hmm. and the other one was
bartending.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes, mm-hmm. Cynthia, Angela, Drew, and Britt was on the whiskey.
Right. Uh-huh. And the rest girls was what's their name?
Shamia, Portia, and Kelly.
They were on the bartending. And you know what? All of them are freaky girls. All of them are freaks of freaks. They've been freaks, okay? Yeah. They have been. Oh, let me be careful how I use the word freak. I'm sorry about that. They are experienced girls, and they have lived a life out in them their streets, okay? Mm-hmm. Because anytime I wouldn't even know how to go down, take a drink, throw it back, and let that stuff go down my throat. That's experience. Mm-hmm. Swallow.
Yes,
Swallow up. I don't know how they do it. I don't drink anyway. I couldn't even do that with soda pop.
I feel you.
It just let me know that they all are just, they experience, you know, and I guess it is kind of sexy when you in a bar and you doing that. I guess it's sexy to men to know you could throw it back like that. Mm-hmm. I could not choke, so I would choke literally because I wouldn't even know how to hold my throat closed like that with that big thing in my mouth like that. Okay, I said big thing. See, that's what I'm saying. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, the ladies have
Woosah. Go ahead, baby.
But yes, at the whiskey tasting, besides the fact that Cynthia was getting lit at the whiskey table,
yes,
Britt had turned it into a talking about Kenya session yet again. Now, Angela says that Britt sounds like she's entitled, and Drew says that the ladies were trying to support Britt, but they also missed their friend Kenya at the same time.
And I love the one thing I do love about what's her name? Drew.
Drew.
I love Drew that she doesn't deny that Kenya and her are friends. More than what I could say for Cynthia.
That's definitely true.
More than what I could say for Cynthia. But looking back at the years, now I could see what Nene said about Cynthia.
Oh, okay.
I could see it now.
What'd she say about Cynthia?
Cynthia to me is like a flip-flopper.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know, I don't know their relationship, but if I was Cynthia's friend, sometimes this is the way I was raised. If you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Mm-hmm. But what you don't do, you don't go and say, yeah, I understand. She shouldn't have did that. You already said what you had to say. You already walked out. You said it on a telecast. Yep. You said it on show. What's that guy named, the gay guy?
Oh, Carlos.
Carlos. We know how you feel. Why you got to keep, now you saying it again. It was wrong. Stop. That's your friend. Mm-hmm. That's your friend. And I don't see Drew doing that. No. I give her credit for that. Because that let me know she's loyal. Mm-hmm. She's not a flip-flopper. She's not going to turn me down. And the other girl, Kelly. Yeah. I like friends like that. Because I'm the kind of friend, if I'm your friend, I'm not going to dog you down. I'm not. And if I'm in around of people and they talking about you, I will get up, excuse myself, and go walk for about a half an hour. Tell them I got to go to the bathroom. But what I'm not going to do, you're not going to sit there and talk about my friend with me, and I'm going to join in the crusade. That ain't happening. I'm loyal. And I don't see loyalty in Cynthia, in my opinion. You may not agree with it, but I don't see loyal. And that is, now I see what Nene said about her. Even though they friends to this day, but I could see what Nene meant now. Because I got a long history with this show. Mm-hmm. I've been looking at this show from the beginning, and you can see things coming together, and I just see Cynthia, and I know Cynthia is like a what is that word? Where you a pacifier. You know, she's the type of person, she wants to keep peace,
like
and
a mediator.
No, somebody that want to keep peace. And so you said, I'm going to say something to make you feel happy. And I'm going to say something to make them feel happy or feel at peace. But it is no way that I would have said anything negative about my friend.
Yeah.
No way. Even if she was dead wrong. No. No. And at the beginning, when she stood up and when it all happened and she walked away, cool, I get that. But I would have said no more.
Yeah.
I would have been like Drew about that. But go ahead.
One thing that we definitely learned from looking at that scene is that even though Kenya is not physically on the show, her presence is still
because what's her name?
Britt
won't let her go. And all at the same time, it's like she made it about her again.
She did.
Jesus. Mary, Mother of God.
Yeah.
It's like, again, girl, get over. She's not a girl's girl.
No, she's
not a girl. She's draining. She's like an energy vampire. She's crying.
Woe is me.
What? Oh, God. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Yeah. I say she wearing me out.
I know, because it was about Cynthia and Angela talking, and then Britt coming in saying, well, I felt like you guys didn't really support me.
Again, she is so sensitive. Jesus, how she get with that husband who's lack sensitivity? Ooh, child, I don't know. Okay, but there is something that I hear a lot of bloggers talk about, her nasal, and I did hear it. I just thought it was her voice.
I did too.
Now that people have pointed it out, it does sound like that. It really does. Like she had a bad nose job done on the inside. Yeah, and maybe it isn't, but I can see it now and how it could be annoying and how somebody can pick that up. But I wasn't listening to anything like that. But I heard it like literally. I'm like, oh, that is nasal. That sounds like she needs surgery to me. Did she say she needed surgery?
I'm not sure.
Well, anyway, go ahead.
Yes. Over at the bartending, with Portia, Shamia, and Kelly, I like them as a clique, the three of the girls together. It was
I like the both groups, right?
Yeah. I feel like they chose their respective groups nicely. They vibed with the people they vibed with. And at this, even though Portia said that she was trying to be nice about, well, this was before she found out what Drew did.
Absolutely.
But she felt like Angela was setting up Drew because Angela was talking apparently negative. And
as you know, we don't know how long they've been there, and we don't know what was all said. They're just giving us snips and pieces. It's an hour show. They could have been there for 3 hours. We don't know, but we know it was bits and pieces because all the girls agree that Angela was starting some stuff. I believe it.
And I believe it because at the very end, Angela confronted the girls when they were having a good time at 2 o'clock in the morning. She tried.
No, don't jump. That's the good part. Don't jump. Don't. That's too far in advance. It's too far in advance. Okay. We got a little bit more. That's good. That's because I got to savor the flavor for that. Woo, that's the Portia moment right there. Okay.
Well, speaking a little bit about Portia, she did FaceTime Dennis in order to talk to
Polara.
Yeah, Polara. And that's exactly when
she found out. Yeah.
You know what? You're so right. It could have been Dennis that told her.
I think who else? She ain't say who told her, but it could have been Dennis. It could have been Dennis just coming clean because she said, I ain't got no words for Drew. My problem was Dennis. Like, we got something. And the way they were flirty and stuff, something going on with them.
But I like that. I do like the fact that Portia wasn't going to attack the woman.
That too.
She was going to attack the man, where the root of the problem.
And she didn't. She just gave her attitude. That's it. And I know a lot of people, but what I try to do sometimes, I just try not to let what I don't like get in the way of what's going on. And you're going to see what I mean when we get more into Portia. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So when it was finally time, okay, they did their little line dancing because now Portia has came down. She changed the atmosphere, but now it's time to go out and learn.
And after she spoke to Cynthia,
it was time to do what do they call it? Some line dancing and learn some line dancing moves. It was fun to see the ladies.
Yeah, she did because she was just ready to go up there. Boy, but when she took those lashes off, what she say?
I'm breaking down.
I'm breaking down. Lord, I thought that was funny. I hollered at that. That was funny. She said, I just never even heard
I know.
that.
It just
we both did.
Conversation. She
just pulled them off. And then when she went to do the wig, girl, we fall out on that. That was so real. She's funny. She's that's what I like about her. And that's what she brings to the show. But let me say one thing about Portia. I understand a lot of people out there, she ain't bringing enough and she ain't bringing enough, but she limited.
Yes.
And even as we speak, I believe her house is under foreclosure. So I can't imagine what she was filming under. She was so limited though, with her life and stuff like that. And because I know the old Portia, this new Portia, I like her.
Yeah.
She may not be bringing nothing, but I don't want to hear about her marriage because that ain't good.
No.
And she's got a reputation from what word on the street is. So, but she's a pretty girl. She bring color to the show and she bring fashion. And it's such a shame, pretty girls get scarred. Pretty girls get used. Pretty girls get messed up. And all I see is a wounded soul with her and Britt. That's what I see. I really do. Just wounded by men. Just wounded, looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces. And that's what I see. I rapped that. You like that. I didn't make it up. It was a country song. Go ahead, baby. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love in too many faces.
well, hey, you brought the country to the country.
Yeah, I brought the country to the country. It's country. And I did like when Shamia brought it on, was singing and telling the song. I thought that was cute. Yes. That was an icebreaker.
That really was an icebreaker. It really did bring us into the country feeling.
And it was good to see that Shamia and Portia was getting along better. Yes. I did like that. And it is hard. It must be horrible for Portia to feel like she walks in Shamia's footsteps. Never ever being able to gain, ever being able to get up on top and seeing Shamia and just being jealous. But I said this all, that's why I'm not going into
jealous.
Envious. That's right. Not jealous. She's envious of her. And she does so much to try. And I guess Shamia loves her though, and I just see it. And the reason being is for Portia, that whole life ain't good.
No.
That whole life. That's what her and Britt have in common.
That's true.
Whole life. They run after love. They look for love. They in all the wrong places. It's their home life. It's their background. And for that, I've been hearing things about Portia's mom. I don't know. I'm not going to even repeat it. But I'm just saying that it's that life. It's that life. And at the end of the day, if you don't come out of it, you're just going to be soiled. Your name ruined. You're just going to be known as a walking pretty hoe. Nobody going to want to invest in you like that. You'll be good for this and good for that, but never good to marry. Never good to keep around long enough. And that's what I see. And that breaks my heart for Portia. It really does. It really, really does. Because that just comes from home life.
Yeah.
That comes from broken places. Go ahead, baby Crone.
Yes. So after the nice line dancing that they got going on, they finally sit down to have dinner. And at this dinner, interestingly enough, I don't know what Angela is on today, but yesterday. But
excuse me, I'm gonna step away for a minute.
Okay.
Keep it going for me. Sorry,
okay.
Like that.
Angela wanted to bring up the fact at Portia's birthday, the fact that She said, "Why'd you take that woman's husband?" And I just felt like that was a little bit too much to bring at Portia's dinner table, because why are we going to be talking about how Portia could have possibly stolen somebody's man when it's her night to shine and celebrate herself? I felt like that was just trying to put a wet blanket on her parade.
Say the end of it again.
Talking about how Angela asked Kelly if she ever got her answer on why Portia decided to steal somebody's man. And
who asked who?
Angela asked Kelly.
Okay.
That's why I said I don't know what Angela is on. She just seems like
Angela asked Kelly.
Yes.
Why did she do that?
Because she wanted to hold everybody accountable at that table. Angela
wanted to hold everybody at the table accountable for her husband.
No, hold her accountable. Just hold them accountable for their actions. Since everybody's apologizing, trying to make wrongs right.
Okay.
Like he was talking about Angela. That was Cynthia, but Angela is also trying to be that person that brings everybody together, to be the peacemaker. So
I don't know. I just seen that as an ulterior motive.
It definitely
It just feel like that to me. I like Angela. I like her. But this is my opinion. Maybe they different, but she remind me of a Kenya in that way. Stirring the pot. Stirring that pot. Putting that brew in there, going and pulling them roots up in there. And we need that. We need that, and she's bringing it. But what I do like about her, she can take an insult.
Yes, she can take an insult.
Because, if Portia would have said that to me, we would have been arguing, okay? But she took it. She could bite a bullet. I like that. Maybe I shouldn't have said the word bullet. But she can bite a coffee bean, an Egyptian coffee bean, and they hard. She can bite it, and I like that about her. She got true grit.
Yes.
She got true grit. That's maturity, right?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So now the vibes of the dinner table is starting to fizzle out because, Portia's energy was just already down. Drew said that she didn't need this and got up and left.
Don't blame her.
Yep.
Don't blame her.
And then after she did, she was crying inside the house, saying that her life is already difficult. She doesn't need to deal with this. She's
trying. Why did you? That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to put myself at misery when I know you don't like me. And I already know 8 days I filmed. I can't feel sorry. I'm sorry. But no.
Yes. So once the dinner table dissolved.
If you feel the way I do, just give me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And maybe you don't, but I get it. I get it from people that don't feel that way. I do. I do get it. But for me, I do get it though. I do.
Yes.
Go ahead, baby Crone.
But so once the dinner table dissolved, Portia went upstairs, and that's when Cynthia, like you call her, the rescue ranger.
Cynthia, the rescue ranger.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Came to check on.
I'm coming to save you.
And she went to go check on Portia, which it's great to see their friendship. Honestly, even Portia acknowledged it.
I excuse me, baby Crone. I acknowledge the fact that she said it's just good to have an old friend.
Yes.
Somebody that know me way back then. When she said that, that's what we miss. Yes. That's what Kenya would have bought. That we hope. Because I certainly wouldn't have wanted to see an episode of them fighting. I couldn't have bared it. I couldn't bear it. Because Kenya funny too. She funny in her own way. And I can't wait to Faye come. I can't wait to Phaedra. But go ahead.
But yeah, so now everybody is pretty much going out to the pool, and this is where they're going to have.
We missed something, didn't we?
No, we're getting to the Portia. When they went out to the pool, and it was late at night, they was drinking, having some fun.
And about 2:00 in the morning.
2:00 in the morning.
But it is see, that's what I'm saying. That whole attitude.
Yeah, it
came out. And that's what I'm saying. That's broken. That means you have learned nothing. Ain't no way I would have said it. Okay, she denied it. But in the morning, did she get up there and walk out that she was trying to avoid it? It ain't no way I would have said something like that.
No.
And it was Brit. No, it was the other girl who said she said it. And then they played the tape.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Broken wings.
Yes.
She learned nothing.
No.
And now, who's the other girl, the one who we like that had the chicken and waffles?
Kelly.
Who I think business is in some kind of trouble now.
Ooh, okay.
I think, I'm not sure. Because, you get the past with the now and it gets blurred lines. But it's sad to hear Portia say that.
Yeah, it was.
That's that hoe. That same one where everyone is dogging her out. That means she learned nothing. Why would you want to sleep with his name, Charles?
Yes.
Now, to hear that, it is no way I would ever trust you. Ever. And all you participated, I'm done with you. We will work together. I will smile and I'm gonna do what I can. But every time I'm gonna be like a needle in your backside, because I'm always gonna be digging.
A knife in the kidneys.
A knife in the kidneys. Yeah, I'm gonna be the knife in the kidneys. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Every time I get a chance on camera, because that Portia, that was the wrongest thing you could do. That was just something you should have just kept to your mouth. But that's what I say. That's why I've seen people drink. I've never been drunk. I never drank really. I had a sip, but I ain't like it. But that's what I know is it makes you loose lips.
Yeah,
you say stuff. Oh. And it was Kelly, I think, the one who said she said it. Yeah. But y'all sat there, and like she said, she heard y'all from the window. But when she said that, she called it a scary movie. What was the name of the movie that Portia called her up there? The Girl in the Window. Oh yes, she made me laugh for that too. I just fell out on that. I hollered on that. Girl in the Window. The Girl in the Window. When she said that, I was like, she funny. But to me, I would have came down. Yep. But she was feeling away. She may have act like she was okay, but she really was in her feelings. And she was in her feels because she was upstairs in her feels talking to her husband, feeling away, separated herself from the women. So she was in one way acting like I'm a big girl, but in another way she was salty. Yes. And so as the night go on and they drinking, they start talking about her. And she up there listening. And I'm with Portia. And I shouldn't say that. I'm with Kelly. Okay. Why you up there not sleep? Exactly. You not sleep. Why you ain't why you up there listening? Go to sleep. You understand what I'm saying? I do get it. Then she said she went to get her phone. It was going to record it. But that's okay. They got it for you. They got it for you. They would have never played it if you didn't say anything. That's true. I mean, she did put her big girl pants on and say, I'm going to go downstairs and confront Portia. Did she? Yes, she did. And Portia walked up them steps and she said she didn't say it. Nope. She's like, I didn't say that. No, yes, you did. You did. You did say it. Yeah. And to me, that just triggered an earthquake of what people feel about you. Yes. Now, how you going to get over this? Yeah. Now you are known for a man stealer. Yes. That just solidified it. Yeah, you just solidified. You put a tombstone on you that says Portia was still your man, your husband. Hide your baby. Hide your husband. Yes. Hide it. For real. Don't let her sit on his lap. Don't let her dance with him. Yes. If she done sealed her doom with a tombstone. Portia will steal your man. And it's no way around it now. You would think that she would learn, but all at the same time, you tripping off of Drew. Yeah, that's the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy of it all. That's the part. That's what makes this so bad. Girl, stop. Ooh. And she's not even done. She said it too. Yep. That's petty P for you. Like she said. But she get ugly. But she slept with Dolo. What's that man? Bolo. I'm done. Go ahead. But that's, I think, but before we go on, let me say this. I think that that Portia have a very, very high sex drive.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
And I think that he gets her in trouble. And I think that she just doesn't know how to handle it. And I think that she looks at sex as sexy and a way to get a man, because that's what she showed, sex appeal. And I think that that's her way to get a man. But I think that she have a very high sex drive. And I think that she's like, she's got to have it. And I think she needs help for that. Because I don't think that she have it in her to be faithful when that drive comes.
No.
That's what I think. What do you think?
Yeah, not at all.
I hate to be graphic, but I just don't know no other way to say it. You know, she's driven by her lust and her lust for men. And I do believe she's bisexual. Well, I'm believing. I don't want to say I know, I never slept with her, but I don't know her. But I'm just saying the way she come off and the way those girls were, they probably all have had sexual relationships with the same sex. Not the whiskey ones, but the ones that was the bartenders. Yeah. In my opinion, but go ahead.
Now, I do wonder, I'm trying to figure out if Angela left the next day.
Yes, she did. She was the first to go, and she ignored Kelly. She like, you was out there talking about me, about what I wear, my clothes, this and that. That's true. That's true. But Cynthia wasn't there. Cynthia was upstairs. Cynthia was upstairs too. Cynthia wasn't down there.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it was just a few select people.
It was like Shamira, Kelly, Britt,
and Portia.
And they were having a ball, but they did talk about that woman, and that wasn't cool. And that's just not cool. All of them participated in the conversation, said this and that, but it was Portia who took it to the bridge and then just jumped off with her hot to twat. Poor thing.
Yes.
It must be horrible to not be able to control your sexual nature. And it comes out. It's girl, I don't even know how you gonna get over this. And word on the curb is she's a thought hot in Atlanta. That's what I heard. So I'm sad for her in that sense, because she sealed her fate. It's no way she could get out of it now. And I don't even know if the show can uphold her for very long. I mean, she doesn't have a real storyline, and I understand due to the circumstances, but she's creating drama.
Yes.
And I just don't think that you should have made trouble with Charles or with Angela. That's not cool.
No.
At all. And if I was Angela, I would never forgive you saying that. I will forgive you, but I wouldn't want to forget that, because that would let me lower my guards. And I would never lower my guards to you, because you're the woman that's trying to break up my marriage. No matter how bad he is, no matter how much he cheats, he's my man.
You're right.
And if I choose to deal with, that's my business. But you don't get to go and say you want to sleep with him. Shame on you. I just feel that's bad.
You're right. I completely forgot about that, because Portia was the first one to bring up the
she said
on the street.
It. And I think maybe they have slept together. Because she brought it up.
Yep.
And she brought it up again. So something is about, she want Angela to know. If you look at the undercurrent.
Yeah.
You know, she probably have already slept with him before. And liked it and said, because you know she liked that big D energy, and so he probably have a big G. Wasn't he married to Sheree?
I think so.
I think he was married to Sheree. Poor that girl, that woman. You know, as pretty as she is, she sell herself so cheap. You know, that lets you know the pretty ones get scarred too. Was she married to Sheree? Was Charles married to Sheree? Sheree, I mean. He done lost so much weight and gone gray.
No, but they were rumored to have date in the past.
Okay, I knew they had something. Right. Okay. He a handsome man, and it's all for an elderly man, you know? Go ahead.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. It ended off with Angela literally walking off, leaving the show, because
she leaving the show?
No, not leaving the show.
Oh, okay.
I meant to say leaving leaving Nashville, because she too feels unwelcome. The ladies have made her feel like
unwelcome.
She's the one
unwanted. Yeah, and they picked on. They've been always picking on her, and especially Britt.
Yes.
Lied on her, you know,
Yep.
about how she said how she was hiding in the mall and stuff,
Yes.
and they came up to say she hugged her. See, Britt is a liar. So, but I can't deal with Britt, but they always having fun and they always getting along, and that was good. I just think they just treating Angela like you the old lady.
Yes.
And talking about her style, her fashion, and all of that. Yeah, not cool. Just not cool.
Yeah.
And I felt bad about that for that woman, especially the way they dogged her. That's just not cool on any level.
Especially coming from Kelly. Because Kelly was in that group too.
Yeah. Yeah. And Kelly was trying to act like she ain't say anything. And she said, I heard you. I heard you. And that's not cool. And I feel a way about it. But all of this, what made that season, what made that episode real good for me. I enjoyed it eating my graham crackers. Okay. I enjoyed it eating my graham crackers. Did we enjoy it?
Yes,
it was a very good episode. I really enjoyed that. To me, that gets an 8 or 9. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it was it was flowing, and before I knew it was off. I was like, it's off already.
That's true.
It was good to me. I enjoyed the episode, and I can only imagine where it's going to go from here.
That's true.
So I'm looking forward to the next episode. Yes. Well, we hope you enjoyed our commentary and what we thought of Atlanta, RHOA. We hope you enjoyed it. We really, really do. And if you like this, if you like our commentary, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to us. We really appreciate it. And with that being said, we want you to have a glorious day until we see you the next time when we talk about Atlanta, RHOA, and you know what we have to say?
Yes. Sunflowers.